start with Alan Carvalho.
Welcome, Mr. Carvalho.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members, City Manager. It's really, I've had a lot of faith in City Councils in the years that I've been here, but I have to say I've lost a lot of faith in the process of Measure B. I have to tell you that our taxpayer money being used to slant what Measure B is all about, which is to give the public a chance to vote. And we all know how you feel. We all know how you voted. But the bottom line is that there is still a system of ethics in that we do not take sides in the process. And I really believe that all the publications that we've gotten have been clearly slanted towards a yes on Measure B. And it's really disheartening to have as much faith in this city as I had, and to have it all seem to go away so quickly. So respectfully, nothing personal, but know one thing: we're watching everything you're doing. We watch everything you're doing, and we're very disheartened. The scandal that's going on with the grow situation up in 29 Palms, and then this situation, and I just feel like we're losing touch with our community. You're not in touch with what's going on in the community. The flyers are not done in Spanish. I mean, come on, folks. You know that 60% of our public is Spanish culture. So why wouldn't you have the flyers and the mailers in Spanish? I mean, I'm sorry, but constructive criticism here, folks. We're watching you closely. We want you to do the right thing. We don't want you to lose touch with the ethics training that we all had to take. There's no way we could put our thumb on the scale of justice. So I'm begging you, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carvalho.
You.
Well, welcome.
Thank you so much for letting me have my voice heard today. I live in the Cove, and I came to speak a little bit about Measure B, but I wanted to just first say that I just left El Pollo Loco about an hour and a half ago, and as I was pulling out of the drive-thru, there was a nicely dressed woman standing there who obviously wasn't homeless or having a mental health issue, and she asked me if I had any food. And I said, I don't have any money. She said, I didn't ask you for money. I asked you for some food. I'm hungry. And I said, what happened? She goes, I ran out of food. And I said, would you like a taco? And I handed her a taco, and you'd think she won the lottery. And I came home, and I'm in tears a little bit because I'm really disturbed that in Cathedral City that this is happening. I see a lot of vagrancy and a lot of panhandling and stuff like that. But this was different. This was clearly different. And the optics of it for me, I'm a little disturbed. I don't have a short-term rental property. I don't care about short-term rentals. I definitely don't want the Measure B to pass for my own personal reasons, but it has nothing to do with me fearing crime or anything like that. But what I am concerned about, and what I just wanted to come here and voice today, was that I received this in the mail, and all I had to do was dig a little deeper to find out what the cost of this was, and find out that it was paid for with taxpayer money. And I've lived here for 6 years in the Cove. I decorate my house every year for Christmas. I have my neighbors come over. Some are conservative, some are liberal. I voted for Rita Lamb. I love her. She's an amazing person and I feel like I know her heart. But yesterday I watched a video and I felt like I didn't know who I was looking at. And I didn't recognize the Rita Lamb that I know, that I voted for. I didn't recognize that somebody reading from a script. It felt uncomfortable. It felt irresponsible. And I feel like during a global pandemic, I would just ask the council, no matter where you stand on any issue at all, that we are inclusive, that we are I actually voted for Rita because I thought, well, she's going to be fiscally conservative. She's going to be concerned about how we spend our tax money. She's going to have a voice in there, and I really like that. Until I found out that this campaign is costing tens of thousands of dollars of taxpayers' money, that I think it's perfectly fine to inform people, but also inform people of all the facts, not just the ones that meet the narrative of the Yes campaign. Every ballot I've ever seen shows both sides of the argument. This letter, these educational information forms that I've gotten are completely and utterly slanted, and I'm disenchanted by that. And I love living in Cathedral City. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to at least have a voice here. Thank
All
you
right,
for
I
letting
think
me share.
if you could wrap up. Thank you so much.
Done.
Thank you. All right. Any additional public comments, City Clerk?
I see no other hands raised at this time, Mayor.
As a resident, I also am very involved in Yes, a Measure B. And what I did was I filmed the video in Spanish to educate our Hispanic community. And that video has been posted on several medias to educate our Hispanic population. I also have been walking the streets and in support of Measure B, putting up signs and educating as many people as I can. And as a registered voter, many of you have probably received your mail-in ballots already. And I just want to thank you in advance for supporting Yes on B.
Yes, Mayor, I have moved Alan Cavallo over to provide public comment.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carvalho. Welcome back.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and City Council. It feels like I'm the only one in the audience because I'm the only one responding, but I'm certain there's a lot more of us that just aren't speaking. Anyway, Ted Hain has always been a team player. When I had the good fortune of working with him very closely when I was the chair of the Public Arts, he's always been very generous. The theater has always been a real community-involved group. And I'm really thrilled that they're proposing this idea of doing a drive-in theater, which is kind of the flashback to the old days of the 50s and 60s. So again, with economic development and Stone James doing a phenomenal job keeping our city economically developed, it's perfect for the city to be supporting this because, again, it is important that we respect those that are concerned about COVID. Those of us that want to be able to enjoy a movie outdoors or go inside, it's an option that we're allowing. The space is an empty space. It's being repurposed. I think it's a great idea. I also want to thank Stone James for doing a great job of keeping the economy as possibly purposeful and a shame that the Measure B is something that he probably would be in favor if he could speak freely. So anyway, thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you.